What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Lil Rooster, man. As you can see, I got my house coat on, man. I made it home, man. I got here in time enough for Thanksgiving. And I'm gonna try to tack up on me some macaroni and cheese, some squash casserole, and some dressing. You know how they go. I got my mask on because I was walking up my grandmother's house. She stays in walking distance from me just to check in on her because I ain't seen her in about 3 weeks. And I walked past the truck and I said, you know what? I purchased the Ram McNally 750 before I left, and I've been using it for the last 3 weeks or so. So I said, hey man, let me give Trucker Nation my thoughts and review on that Ram McNally TND 750. Yeah.
Alright guys, it's your boy Lil Rooster, and I said I was going to give you my 3-week thoughts on the Ram McNally TND 750. That's what we got here, the Ram McNally TND 750. You know, this model is different from the TND 740 because it has the Ram 2.0 navigation, and it also has like the 3D maps on it. Alright, so in front of me here, you have the charging port. This is the port that the GPS actually goes on. It has the DC end that plugs into the cigarette port, and it also has an auxiliary jack, auxiliary out that you can put into the CD player, so you can hear the actual navigation commands or routes through the stereo system in the truck. All right, this is the actual stand that it connects to. The port actually connects to. Pretty sturdy, nice stand. Alright, now this is the Ram McNally 750. Let's see if we can get this thing to come on. Now, I've during my use of the Ram McNally 750, man, it was pretty. I mean, I can't complain about it because it's a GPS, you know, and the GPS receives its information from out of the satellites that are associated with the routes of the given cities. And hey, at times, man, it's horrible. It's horrible. So, all right, y'all. So this is the screen that populates after the initial startup, and you see the Ram McNally logo. This could be considered as your home screen because you have the 3 main options or selections on the home screen, which is the truck tools, the Ram navigation, and the driver connect. Now, the driver connect is a feature I feel most owner ops or some of these drivers may use, because we usually get this feature from our PeopleNet, our Qualcomm, or our driver tech, and it allows you to record your electronic logs. It keeps the metrics of your gauges. It keeps the hours of service time, and it allows you to message. The driver tools here, I don't have much to do with that, but it has a driver info, quick planner, status, mileage, and fuel. Also has a calendar, calculator, and some motor carriers road info on it. Alright, the Ram navigation I'm gonna get into in a minute, but if you look at the very bottom left here, you see that we have 5 indicators there. We have the Wi-Fi. If you click that, it allows you to make a Wi-Fi connection. You see the Bluetooth indicator there. If you click that, it allows you to pair a Bluetooth device. You see the volume speaker there. If you click that, you can adjust the volume of the GPS. You see the sun-like wheel there. If you click that, that allows you to adjust the brightness and dim the screen, and that down arrow allows you to do what is considered or called the system updates for the GPS. Now, if we go into Ram 2.0 here, or Ram navigation, you can see it says where to. If you click that at the top, it allows you to put in the information or the address to the destination that you're trying to get to. I don't like to go through that particular aspect or function. I like to go up top to the hourglass, but I'll show you that in a minute. If you hit this square, this brings you to this feature of the GPS. And I didn't know this GPS was a tablet when I first bought it, but it allows you to get apps. It allows you to manage your files, and you also have a browser. As you can see, it has a Firefox browser there. This gear it goes into the settings of the GPS, and as you see up top, you have 5 different categories of settings that you can adjust to your preference. You have the general setting like the language and the clock format. You have the truck info, the weight of the truck, the height of the truck, so forth and so on. You can go through the route, which allows you to make specific adjustments to how you want to see your route with the traffic on, with the junction views. You can change the turn announcement, and you also can set things to avoid when the GPS is calculating your route. You can adjust specific features in the map. You can have it on day mode, night mode, or it can change automatically. You can change your route color where it'll highlight your route in a specific color. And mine says dark pink because I was using green and blue, and it was hurting my eyes. So I just chose a color that was more southern. If you can look at it, it really doesn't look dark pink. It kind of looks like it's a burgundy or something like that. But anyway, that was easier on my eyes. If you go to warnings, it will also give you the opportunity to change some features and functionality of the warnings associated with the GPS. I have mine set on audio and visual, so if there is a warning that the GPS wants to alert me to, it will give me a audio warning and also a visual warning, and that goes for like curves, hills, where you can use your engine brakes, so forth and so on. Now, I was talking about this icon up here up top, which is this magnifying glass. Now, you can go in and put your address in through the RAN navigation feature here, but I like to go up top to this magnifying glass, and this magnifying glass gets more specific to me. Sometimes the RAN 2.0 feature brings you to this screen, but then other times it won't. It'll take you to the screen that I showed you earlier. But in the hourglass, in the magnifying glass, you can put in the new location. It has your trips. You can go through your histories of previous routes you have put in the GPS. It can save in your address book specific routes. Maybe you're dedicated, or maybe you visit a certain plant or terminal all the time, and you can save those in that address book. It has where you can get directly to the POIs or the points of interest, and it'll ask you, do you want to look from your truck, or do you want to choose a specific city to find that point of interest? You can save your home address, and you also can save your work address. Now, for an example, I'm going to go into history, and I'm going to pick a particular location. Let's pick this right here in Texas. As you can see, just say if I put this address in, this is the first thing that you will see. It'll show you what address that you put in. That's 7900 Mars Drive, and that is in Waco, Texas. To get this particular calculation, I would go here and I would click route. As you can see, it's calculating the route. Look to the left, it's showing you it's calculating it from your current location to that specific destination, and it gives you the time between your current location and that specific destination, which is 15 hours and 17 minutes, a total of 949 miles. Then it gives you below that some of the highways that you used: I-75 North, I-59 South, I-20 West. And here it usually gives you some alternative routes, but from this location, this is the only route. It usually gives you at least 3 suggestions or selections. The top one is usually always going to be the fastest or either the best route. To start this, you would hit start, and it will begin giving you the turn-by-turn directions to the destination that you have entered into the GPS. This little button here at top, the exits. This is a new feature around McNally. It wasn't on the last one I had, but it gives you all the exits that is on the route up into, I guess, your destination, which is cool, I guess, because it has little icons. You can see those little icons. It's the fork, this fork and a knife, the gas pump, and a bed. So I guess that's how many of those accommodations are associated or that is on that particular route. So that's cool, I guess, if you want to get that specific with it. Also here, if you look at the top right hand corner, this button here, excuse me, this button here, it allows you to break down the route. If you go to route overview, it gives you turn by turn directions all the way to the destination, as you can see. It also allows you to look at each highway that you have to use to get to the destination, and it shows you how many miles you have to travel on that highway. And then the summary view gives you, what we seen earlier, which is the total amount of time to do it and the total amount of miles. If you look down here in the left-hand corner, it says miles per hour, so that will gauge how fast you're going in your truck. Usually in this area here, it shows you the city and state, or the town, or the specific road that you are presently on. You have the clock, which is at 4:42 a.m. and then at the bottom of that, you have the ETA, which is the time that the GPS estimates you will get to the destination. And then over here in the left hand corner, as you can see, that's 949 miles. That is the amount of miles to the location. You have the battery indicator here, which gives you the life, or the battery life, of the GPS. You have here the route indicator, where it can take it to a 3D view, and it can take it to a up view. Your choice. I think that is the new feature of this TND 750, is that ability to take it into that 3D view there. 3D view. I think the regular GPS only use that north view, but that's the 3D view right there. All right. Over here in the corner, this is a feature where you have to be on the Wi-Fi, but when you are connected to the Wi-Fi, it allows you to turn on the traffic, which you can see if the traffic is a certain type of traffic in that area. It allows you to see prices of fuel in the area, but it has to be on a Wi-Fi connection, and that's this feature right here at the top. These plus and minus sign, that scales the map. You also have a volume button here. Another feature of this GPS, if you're on a route and you say, hey, I need fuel, or I need to stop and use the restroom, you can go in and add a stop. You add a stop, you go and you find out what you want to stop for, whether it's at a travel center, truck parking, truck service, a cat scale, or you want to see where the next wait station is. You can make that selection. So just say if I wanted to go to the travel center, or go to get some fuel, it'll give you a list of all the travel centers on your route, and all you gotta do is select one, and then what it asks you to do is add it as a via point. So it's just saying, do you want to add it in between your start point and your end point? And you can hit add as via, add as next stop, and what it'll do, it'll place that in between the beginning of your route and the end of your route. And once you have reached that point, or that fuel stop, it'll allow you to go back to traveling to the end point of your destination. And that's a good feature, because sometimes you be traveling and you need fuel, or you need to make a stop or whatnot. So you can set that point, and it'll route you to that point. And then when it's over, it'll put you back on the point of travel towards your destination. So that's a good point. But that's been on McNally, and that always has been a good feature to me. Other than that, it's pretty simple, man. It's McNally. It's industry standard. It's a pretty good GPS. You know how it is on the road. In some cities and some towns, man, the coordinates or the information that you gathered, or that the GPS gathers, is all fucked up. So it's a GPS. But if you're looking for something that's big, something that's bright, something that's easy to see, and you got a little money you want to spend, hey, it's worth the money. The TND 750 is worth the money. Would I buy it again if I had the option to change? Probably not. And that's not because I don't like it. That's because I really don't need a tablet. And I really don't care too much about the 3D view now. Because I would probably purchase the TND 740, and it's a little less elaborate, and a little less expensive. But hey, if you got the money and you want something this big, the TND 750, hey man, go out and get it. It's your boy Lil Rooster. I'm out.